Hello there, welcome to the continuation of our JavaScript tutorial. In today's class, we're going to be looking at JavaScript strings. So we already know what strings are, so we just want to familiarize ourselves with our string. We know that JavaScript strings are used for storing and manipulating text. So a string is just a collection of text, and those texts are written inside quotes, either the double quote or the single quote. For example, if you see in this statement here, you can see that var name1 is equals to volvo xc60. Now this is written in a double quote. Variable car name2 is equals to this. It's written in a single quote, all valid. So if you write collection of characters in a single quote or in a double quote, it is known as a string. So you can also use quotes, single quotes in a double quote and double quote in a single quote, as the case may be. For example, if you look at this example here, you can see that var answer1 is equals to it's alright, and so there is a single quote appearing inside a double quote. Then if you look at variable answer2, you can see that also there is two single quotes in the double quote. Now if you look at answer3, you now see that there is introduction of double quote inside a single quote, all valid. Now the first one of the first methods we're going to be learning about string is the string length. The string length has to do with the total number of characters that the string contains. For example, if I write a string like this, then the length of the string can be gotten using this attribute here. So when I say string length sln is equals to txt, which is the variable that contains the string, dot length. So this dot length returns the total number of characters in that string. So this is very important in implementing certain logic. You want to know what is the total number of length of this string, right? Okay, so let's try this example and see. Okay, so you can see now that the total number of this length is 26, and of course that is the total character of the English alphabet. Okay, special characters. So sometimes there are certain kind of characters that cannot be written in the string, and so you will want to escape those characters. So for example, if you look at this, because strings must be written within quotes, in a situation like this string now, JavaScript is gonna be confused. Why? Because there is a double quote, right, by default. Okay, then you now have Vikings, and you want to enclose it in a quote. So now what happens is that JavaScript will read this to this place, thinking this is the end of the string. Then it's gonna think that from here to here is an error. So to solve this problem, then you have to escape the string. Now, so the backslash escape character, the solution to avoid this problem is to use the backslash escape character. So the backslash escape character turns special character into string character. For example, now where you now have a single quote, you introduce a backslash before it, then the result will now be a single quote. When you have a double quote, like the case of this example here, right? You now introduce a backslash before each one of the double quote like this. Then the result will now be a single double quote. So the backslash is called escaping. It's called the escape character, and it's going to help JavaScript to understand that, oh, this guy here should not be treated as the closing double quote. Rather, it should be treated as part of the string. Also, the same goes with the backslash itself. So when you want to introduce a backslash, maybe somewhere you need to introduce double backslash to also produce a backslash. Okay, so the sequence backslash double quote insert a double quote as the string. So this example above, this is the correct way of writing it. So you say we are the so-called then Viking. So you escape this double quote here. You also escape this other double quote. So JavaScript is now going to treat this as a double quote, and as well this as a double quote. Now look at this situation. This is another example where backslash is needed. Here you want to create a string with the single quote, and then you also have another single quote inside the string. So if you don't put this backslash, what happens? JavaScript is going to read the string from here to here, and then it's going to get confused about what comes after it. So when you put the backslash by escaping that string, then it's gonna understand that, oh, this other code is not the closing single quote, but rather it's part of the string. Now 6 other escape sequence are valid in JavaScript, and here they are. So /b backspace, /f font feed, /n new line, /r carriage return, /t horizontal tabulator, and /v vertical tabulator. Okay, the 6 escape characters above were originally designed to control typewriters, teletypes, and fax machine. They do not make any sense in HTML. Yeah. Breaking long code line. For best readability, programmers often like to avoid code lines longer than 80 characters. That's right. If a JavaScript statement does not fit on one line, the best place to break it is after an operator. Okay, so here we are looking at an example here. So the best point, should you need to break your a statement into two lines instead of having it so long, then the best point to break is after an operator like this. Okay, you can also break up line within a text string, so you can also do something like this. Now the backslash method is not the perform method. It might not have universal support for browsers. So you can as well do something like this, which is also a safer way to break off string. So you can for example, you see this is string, right, and this is another string. So you can break up on a plus like this, and so this plus just performs concatenation. Remember, see, we already talked about what is concatenation, which is just to join together, right? Okay, strings can be objects. Normally JavaScript strings are primitive value created from literal, but strings can also be object with the keyword new. So but then it's discouraged. We already come across that. When you say variable x is equals to John, this is a string literal, where you just create a variable and store a string into it. X becomes a string literal. Variable y is equals to new string John. Now y becomes a string object. So you see, don't create strings as object. It slows down execution speed. Okay, so let's go to string methods. We already talked about the length method. There are some other necessary methods to learn about a string. So those methods helps you to operate on a string. One of those methods is the index of string. Now, the advantage of this index of string is using finding a string in a string. For example, you have a collection of string and you need to know if certain string exists in that string. Then you can use the index of method. So the index of method returns the index of the position of the first occurrence of a specified text in a string. For example, if you look at this example below now, you say var string is equals to please locate where locate occurs. Now you say var post is equals to string dot index of locate. Now what happened is that this index of method now goes and search through this string, trying to locate what has been passed to it, which is locate. So then when it locates it, it's going to return the position of the first character. For example, now if you look at this, this is 0. So let's start from 0, P, 0, right? So let's count from 0 upwards. Say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So most likely it's gonna return 21 for you. Oh, okay, let's see. The index of position returns position first occurrence of a specified text. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, the first occurrence of course is 7. If you look at it, we have locate here. So the first occurrence is 7. But if we change this word and it's gonna locate this guy, then it's gonna return, that's when it's gonna return a different number. But if you look at this, starting from 0, we have 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The space as well is also a character, so C6, and the first occurrence is L, right? The first occurrence of locate is L, which is on position 7. So the index of will return position 7. Now, how do you now tell if nothing was found? The index of method will return a minus, a negative 1 if the string was never found. For example, if I add a D here and I run, then my answer is -1 because the word located was never found in the string. Then the last index of method returns the index of the last occurrence. So in this case here, that's when we're gonna get maybe that 21. So let's check that. Yeah, this is the case we'll get 21 because the last index of the occurrence of locate is 21. So again, if it's never found, then it returns a -1. Okay, so the index of and the last index of. Now notice that in JavaScript, the index of method has the O in the index of is capital, and so in JavaScript, when you have, you know, if a method or a function that comprises of several words, it always capitalize the first letter um, of each word, starting from the second word, not the first word. So you can see the first letter of the first word is small letter. The first letter of the second word is capital. If you look at this, the first letter of the first word is small letter, is lowercase. Now the first letter of the second word is uppercase, and the third word, of course, the first letter is uppercase. So that's how JavaScript methods are named. Okay, so now both methods accept a second parameter as the starting position. So you can as well change the behavior of this method by telling it to start searching at a specific position. For example, if you look at this one, it's telling the method that, look, I want you to start searching at position 15. In that case, it's not gonna return this guy now, it's gonna return this other guy, right? Because position 15 has already threw these guys behind, right? Because if you look at it, 0 to 7 here, then we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's gonna start searching from somewhere here, and then it will definitely return this guy. So that's how it works. Now we're gonna look at search. Searching for a string. The search method searches a string for a specified value and returns the position of the match. So you can see that just like the index of, but it's just that they are different. So the two methods, index of and search, are equal. They accept the same argument parameter and return the same value. Two methods are not equal. These are the difference. So the search method cannot take a second start position like this guy. So how do you extract the certain part of the string? Extracting string part. Now there are three methods for extracting a part of a string. The first method is to slice. The second method is substring, and the third method is substr. So if you look at this is an alias of this. These two methods are alias, right? They are just the same method but different naming convention. This is substr and this is substring, and this is slice. Now the slice method. The slice method extracts a part of the string and returns the extracted part in a new string. The method takes two parameters, the start position and the end position, end not included. So for example, if you are, say, slice out a position of a string starting from position 7 to position 12. So that will be 13 minus 1. So if you want to include position 12, because the end position is not included, then you will want to say 13 because you want to include position 12, right? So for example, now we have a string here. So if our string is equals to apple, banana, and kiwi, apple, banana, kiwi, then we say rest should be equal to string dot slice from 7. So we're gonna count again: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So it starts from a slice starting from B, then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then it stops as 12 because we have 13 here. So it's not going to include 13, the character on position 13, because it does not include the end, right? So at the end, this is going to return banana for us. Okay. So remember, JavaScript counts positions from 0. First position is 0. Now if a parameter is negative, the position is counted from the end of the string. So this example slides out a portion of a string from position 12 to position minus 6. Okay, so now position 12, starting from position 12 to position minus 6, again it's gonna start from the end because it's negative, right? So yeah, so of course negative, it goes to the opposite side. So now let's see position this minus what, minus 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now we are saying that start from minus 12 to minus 6, so it's gonna stop here, and 6 minus 6, then minus 7 8 9 10 11 12, right? So it's gonna return banana again. Okay, if you omit the second parameter, the method will slice out the rest of the string. So for example, if you look at this example here now, what this is saying is that slice out, give me the entire string starting from, but only start from position 7. Then from position 7 to the end, return the entire string. So that's what it's saying. It's because you didn't tell it where to stop, it obviously will stop at the end, right? So that's what this example is saying. So we can look at this example by copying this line. Let's look at this example. Copy this line, and then we paste it in our console like this. Then we are gonna copy we're gonna copy this line to see how it returns from position 7 all the way through, and then we paste it. Okay, good, sorry, let's remove, let's say str is equal to, okay, good. So if I have this, then I'm gonna say like this. So if you look at this, it starts from position 7 and then it returns everything after position 7 because I didn't tell it where to stop, right? Okay. Now look at this, the same thing, like above. The substring method. Substring is similar to sliced. The difference is that substring cannot accept negative indexes. So that's the difference. So again, substring 7 to 13, it returns banana. Again, substring is similar to slice. The difference is that the second parameter specifies the length of the extracted part. Oh, for example, you see, start from position 7 and then return 6 characters. Oh, I see. So this is very interesting. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it on my console. So I'm gonna remove this one. Good. So start from position 7 and return 6 characters. So if I were to start from position 7 and return 10 characters, so this is what I get, right? Okay, now let's look at replacing string content. So we have also the replace method, which replaces a specified value with another value. So this method is also very important for manipulating strings in JavaScript. So for example, if you look at this example here, the replace method now takes two parameters. The first word to be replaced and the next word which should be used to replace that word. So now look at it. It says by default the replace method only replaces the first match. So if you have that word, for example, in this example, let's say we have double Microsoft now, it's not gonna replace the both of them, it's gonna replace only the first one. Okay, so let's look at this try example. So when you click on try it now, it calls this function here. So this function here changes, gets the string that is here, then it creates it replaces it with the Microsoft with W3 schools and return a new string for you, and then we put that new string in demo, which is this one here. So that's why this is the result. So it replaces only the first occurrence here and does not replace the second Microsoft one. Okay, so that's what the replace function does. Now to replace case insensitive, you need to use a regular expression with a /I flag. So for example, we say var string, please visit Microsoft Word string, or replace Microsoft Word with W3 school. Now let's try this. Case insensitive. So what you are saying is that it shouldn't search for this guy, but wherever it sees a match, irrespective of the case of the word, then it should still replace it. So that's case insensitive. We're gonna treat regular expressions sometimes in future. Okay, I'm gonna close all these tabs now. We are getting plenty. Now, to replace all matches, use a regular expression with a/g. So this way, very important. If you want to replace all the matches, both the first and the second Microsoft occurrence, then you need to place your search in a regular expression like this by introducing / and then the /g at the end after the search word. Then this is gonna replace all the occurrence. Okay, so let's try this. You can see that. So we still have some methods we're gonna cover, like converting to uppercase and lowercase. So we have two methods, to uppercase and to lowercase. So when you have a string like this, if you look at this string, it's not all in uppercase. Some letters are in uppercase and some are in lowercase. Now you can use the to uppercase method to convert the entire string to uppercase. So the string is stored in a variable say text1. Then we created a new variable say text2, and we say text1 dot to uppercase. So it's gonna return the entire word in words in uppercase. So let's look at it. If you say try it now, it calls this function, and this is to uppercase. Then we also have the to lowercase method. Let's try it out. To lowercase, all in small letter. Very important method. We also have the concat method. So this method joins two or more strings together. So for example, you have text1 is hello, text2 is world, text3 is equals to text1 dot concate. Concate text1 with a space first, then followed by text2. So at the end we have the hello world coming in text3. So trim. The trim method removes white space from both sides of the string. So you have this string now that has a space here and a lot of space here. So the trim method simply remove all those space, and then it removes all the space for you. Okay, so that's the trim method. You can also use the replace solution above to add a trim function to JavaScript. So using regular expression, so this gonna look for all the spaces that occurs in the first part of from the beginning of the string and at the end of the string, and then it replaces all of them. So using the with nothing, it replaces it with nothing. So don't bother yourself about that. You're gonna understand the complex expression like this in future. Extracting string character. So not only using the substring the substring helps you to extract, multiple words. But what about a specific character? So there are three methods for extracting string characters. So the first is the character at, and the character at method returns the character at a specified index position. For example, if you look at this string now, I say hello world string dot character at 0, then it definitely will return the h. Definitely will return the h. So you can see that it returns the h. Variable string is this document dot get element by id demo dot inner html is equals to string dot character at 0. So this inner html places the h inside the p tag. Okay, then we have the character code. Now the character code returns the Unicode of the specified character at the specified index. So the method returns a UTF-16 code of an integer, which is an integer between 0 to 65,535. So the entire character of the world has been represented by an integer between 0 to 65,535, and this is known as what? We call them the Unicode character. So it's a character set called UTF-16, very important, but do not worry about it. So if we say give us the character code at 0, then it returns 72 for us. So the last method of extracting string is the property access. ECMAScript 5, that is JavaScript version 5, which was introduced or created in 2009, allows property access on string. So what property access on string is like treating a string like an array. Since we know that strings have been numbered from position 0 upward, then you can use those positions to access those characters like this. For example, if you say str square bracket 0, then this is gonna return h for you. So We're gonna look at this method, and it's the last method we're gonna be looking at, converting a string to an array. So you can easily convert a string to an array using the split method. A string can be converted to an array with the split method. For example, if you look at a string like this, the split method actually breaks the string at a specified position into an array. For example, now, if you look at this statement here, text.split based on comma, so it's gonna return an array of this text by splitting it at anywhere that it finds a comma. Now, this what happened. This becomes the first element in the array. Then it now sees a comma, then it breaks. So the next items falls into the second element. Once it gets to a comma, then it continues for the next element. Then C falls into the next element, it finds a comma, it break again. D will fall into an element. So at the end, we're gonna have like 5 elements in the array, because we have 5 characters here and 4 commas. So then you can also break based on space. Now, when the character is never found, then the array will have just one element. For example, this are gonna return one array with just one element. So let's try it. It says variable array is equal to string the split. Down, this is getting the first element in the array. Okay. So see you in the next video.